Alright, so welcome to this video introduction about SoMeta. Let me tell you what this is about. We're going to be describing the basic function of SoMeta and how we can use it in our flipped classrooms. This tool is ideal for teachers wanting to implement a flipped classroom environment where content is delivered online and ahead of time so that students are prepared to discuss content when they get to class. So as you can see, I've started out with my internet browser at the Meta website. It is actually www.meta.io. So I'll show you that. Alright, and when you get there, you'll actually get to this home page where you have some options. It says try now, it's free. That's what you'd want to click. So I'm going to click that, and it brings me back here. So you notice sign in, create an account, or you forgot your password. Well, we need to create an account because we don't have one yet. So we need our name, our email, a password, and then retype it, and then we click create. Notice that you can also use Facebook or Google to create your account as well. For time-saving purposes, I've already created my account. I have a video started. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to log in. I'm going to use my email, and I'm going to put in my password, and I'm going to click sign in. Alright. I'm going to go to a lesson that I've already created to help us through this process of learning the basic functions. But before I do, let's just make sure we take note of some of the features we see on our homepage. You'll notice there's a teach section where you start off with, this is our teach section. You'll always come to this page when you log in, and you'll see where it says lessons, groups, add new group, for example. There's a learn section where the students will log in and they will go find the lessons that they've been assigned. Activity just shows what you've worked on, and then there's also our button that we will definitely be using, create new lesson. Alright, so if I have not created anything, I would click create a new lesson, and I would start off with a blank space. Once we click that, our workspace will appear. Okay, and you'll see you'll have to put in a title, or if you can't think of a good title, you can click later, and you can come back to it. So, you'll notice when you log in, you're going to see that you need some media here. It says videos, images, text, what's going on here. Alright, so what we want to do is we need to think about what media we need to make our presentation effective. So, you can search videos from YouTube, you can search images from Yahoo Images, you can search quotes from Twitter, or you could search audio from SoundCloud. You'll notice over here on the right side of the page, there's a search for media search bar, and you can type in any keyword that you need, and you will have results pop up for that word. Whether it's apples, oranges, trigonometry, whatever your word is, something's going to pop up. It's also important to note that you can also drag and drop images or files from your own computer into your workspace right here, if you have files that you are pre-prepared that you want to use in your presentation. Alright, so what we want to do is we want to go ahead and explore our media just a little bit. Let's just see. Let's type in the word algebra. So when I type that in, many things come up for each of the categories. Some things may not make any sense. It's okay. That's why they have all kinds of options. Images are still loading. Alright, so what we want to do is, let's see, if I wanted to give my students some notes on basic algebra. Let's just see. Let's find a good video. Here's one, Solving Basic Questions, Part 1. So I can insert it now or just collect it and save it in my library for later. So since I'm on that current page, I need something to start my presentation. I'm going to go ahead and click Insert Now, and you'll find that it drops right into your current page. If you don't want to worry about having to put an image on this page since you have a video, all you have to do at the bottom is deselect that, and it would go away. And you could say, enjoy this video about equations, for example. Okay. If you don't find any media within Meta that you like, it's important to note there's an awesome feature called the Meta button. You'll find that if you go back to your search area. You'll notice at the bottom it says didn't find what you're looking for, collect item everywhere. On the web I'm installing our collect button. You click that area that's red there, and then it'd give you the option to install the Meta button on your toolbar, which I've already done so that we can go ahead and look. The Meta button is right up here at the top on my toolbar. if I wanted to look for an algebra graphic, for example, if I type in the word algebra and I just go to images this way, I'll just go through images this way. I can go to any website on the internet, anything I want, anything I can find, and I can grab up whatever content and stick it into my presentation, which I think is awesome, because there's things that you really think your students could benefit from and you're not able to get it, or you don't know how to share it. But if you embed it in this presentation, then they will have access to it. So this is just a fun tie-dye looking crazy algebra graphic. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab it, but it's important to note that you need to go to the direct website to grab this. Let's see if we can find that graphic. Okay, I'm not seeing it, but guess what? We're going to go ahead and we're going to pick a different one. I'm going to click the meta button. You see there, when I click it at the bottom, it says ready to collect, and any media on this page starts getting highlighted when I hover over it with my cursor. I'm just going to take this cute graphic here about algebra. Just a darn minute. Yesterday you said x equals 2. Yeah, so I'm going to take that. When I click that, you'll notice at the bottom it says you've just collected an image. And then over here on the right side, it says image added. So when you go back to your clip, so when you click back over here, it should show up in your library. And there it is. So I want to click it. I want to use it. So there you go. And it clicks right in my background. Whatever you want to do. If you're finished with the clip and you're ready to move on to a new section of your presentation, all you have to do is click the Add New Clip button. Remember, all your clips are working together to be a unique presentation that's cohesive and goes together. So it's important to remember that as you're creating. And it's important to notice you can also use the voiceover tool and the trim tool if you need to manipulate anything different. If you want to give your students a little more in-depth information about your topic, then what you need to do is go for the voiceover button. It says record a voiceover, and you'll get a chance to do that. If you need to trim something off, say you said too much or you have an awkward silence, then you can go through here and you can define where you want your clips to begin and end, trim or even untrim it to make it fit the presentation appropriately. If you want to poll your audience, you click Insert Quiz and Poll on the left side of the page. Type your question here. If I want it to be a quiz, I'm going to click Quiz. Is the sky blue? Yes or no? And then you set your correct answer, and then you can show whether it's correct or not, or hide it. Or if I want to poll, change the question where there doesn't have to be a correct answer, I could just say, do you like algebra? Yes or no. Then you can hide the statistics or show them. So we have that. So what we want to do when we use this poll or quiz feature, we can check for comprehension, get your student input on the topic, who's struggling, who needs help, things of that nature. So this polling quiz tool is actually a great feature of Submeta. So once I'm all finished with my presentation, I want to click preview and see what it looks like. For that purpose, I've already created or started a creation of my own that I'll show you. So I'm going to go back to over here to the home page and click lessons. And then I'm going to come down. My favorite flowers. I can actually get a view of it here like this. If I want to, and it'll kind of play through. Or if I click back, I'm going to show you another way. What you can do, you can go in where it actually says open lesson editor. Go there. And then what I want to do is click the preview button, and I hit the play button, and it's going to kind of play through. I haven't added my audio yet, but I do have some photos in place to get ready. And you'll see it'll actually go through each of the slides for whatever duration I want. And I'll keep clicking through here. I'll show you whatever text I have. For example, the Lantana's page here, whatever I want there as well. So you're going to see how, when you use this preview feature, you're going to see what it's going to look like for your students. When you're finished, click done. The last thing I want to talk about is showing how to create groups. So I'm going to go ahead and click done again and get back to that home page. And what I want to do is click the groups button. over here. You can see it says add new group. What you can do, this is great and ideal for teachers because if you teach multiple classes, your math class, your science class, whatever you teach, and your students aren't all the same in those classes. You can create a group just for your math students. You can create a group just for your science students. And when you do that, they view the content specified just for them. So that it's not just dumping a whole bunch of videos and people have to sort through, figure out what they're supposed to watch. Your groups will be assigned the particular videos that they need to see that are relevant to them. So I think that's a great feature of Submeta, which is why it's also very appropriate for the flipped classroom setting, because you can set your videos to specific students that need to see them. Thank you for taking time to watch this video, and I hope this encourages you to try out Submeta for yourselves and your flipped classrooms. Good luck.